Welcome to my channel. In this video I want to unbox my new set of Arteza pencils. You probably know, if you follow my channel, that I am not a fan of Arteza as a company because they are not very good with customers' relationship. But when I saw their newest products, and especially set of Arteza pastel pencils, I decided to give them another try. If I don't like Arteza as a company, it doesn't mean that I don't love their products. I appreciate that they can be purchased on normal price, especially when they have discounts for the holidays, during the Black Friday and other times. And quality is quite good for budget pencils. They are quite similar to many other Chinese products. I am sure that they are made on Chinese factories, just branded by Arteza, but still, I love their gouache paints. I do love their pencils. They are far from perfect, but they are decent, they are pigmented, and I decided that if I always in need of set of pastel pencils, then of course I want to try Arteza, and of course I am very curious to compare them with Castle Art pencils. I purchased them from Amazon because Arteza simply banned me from their site. You probably know I mentioned this story almost a year ago, that for some time I purchased products from Arteza site directly, then they put something like geo-block, so some customers not from United States, not from UK, they simply wasn't able to see anything there. We lost all our bonus points, loyalty points, and that's where I started to criticize Arteza customer care. But now on Amazon, where you can also purchase their products, they had good discounts. And I think that I paid for this set of 50 pencils 2 times lesser, maybe even more, comparing to what I paid for Castle Art pencils. Yeah, I purchased this set when it just arrived to the market, so it was new. Maybe now price is lower, but still. This one, it has 50 pencils. And I think that I paid something around maybe 13, maybe 15, I need to check. So price, it was much lower. Well, now let's have a look. Everything arrived nicely packaged. So even from United States to Ukraine, I hope that everything was good with the pencils. I think that I will open the box and then I will return to you. I spared your ears from additional noises, and now I have this box without package. One more protection here. So on the back we have their codes and we have numbers A118, A119. Well, okay, but I still hope that they will have names. I don't know. I hadn't checked carefully. Here we have this box. Very strange package. I definitely won't be able to store them in such a way, so I will need additional pencil case for them. At least I think so. So here we have first a row of pencils. How to show you all of them? Maybe I will rotate. Sorry guys. Maybe not the best point of filming. Oh, here we have all of them. Well, at least they look like pastel pencils, because in several sets I saw neon colors. There are also some neon colors, but still some of them are quite pleasant. Now I think that I will take all of them from this strange box, and I will try to make my own swatch card, because swatch card definitely wasn't included. In Castle Art they included a very nice and very pleasant card which I use. I think that it's quite comfortable. I will try to do something in similar size for these pencils, and then we will be able to see the difference in palettes. But first I want to look at the pencil and give me something here. Well, it's triangular, sorry for the pronunciation, so it's without name. It looks like something very light, definitely lighter comparing to the regular or professional Arteza pencils. My other set, they are definitely, yeah, this one is slightly heavier, this one is lighter. We have pastel colored pencil, we have classic, and we have color code. Well, okay, maybe somewhere on their side they have names, but still colors are pleasant. Most of all, I am curious about those gray violet. I do love how this one look. I do love this one. It's also like gray, similar to gray lavender. And of course I am very curious about light green colors which I always they are probably my first. When I look at the new set, I always in need of light green colors. So I will try to sort them and to do my own swatches, then it will be easier to compare with Castle Arts. I prepared my usual paper where I do all color swatches for my colored pencils, so it will be easy for me to understand how they behave when I do swatches on the same paper. Now I'm going to take pencils off those flimsy cardstock boxes. I absolutely dislike them. Maybe in such a way, when you take this white, it's maybe good for protection, but at least now I can see pencils inside more clearly. So I think that until I purchase for them some pencil case, I will be saving them in such way. So I will try to sort them, because when I do swatches I usually start from the yellow colors, orange colors, red colors, green, blue, brown. So as we don't have color names, just numbers, I will try to decide for myself all those families of the colors and my own order, how I want to put them. I finished to do swatches. Now I have all colors before my eyes. And what can I say? I do love their shades. Even if we have some of the colors which I wouldn't call pastel, like this one or this one, still they are nice, and I do love the proportion between yellow, pink, blue and green colors which they have here. They also have one warm and one cold shades of light gray colors. Definitely, let's talk first about advantages. All colors are different. I'm not sure that with my camera you are able to see all shades correctly, but believe me, even when with close colors I can see difference between pencils, so there are nice shades and there is visible difference between pencils in this set. Many of the colors remind me about very helpful and my favorite pencils from Prismacolors, like colors similar to artichoke, peach beige, beige sienna, clay rose, and cream probably. And these colors are similar to sap green light, to lime peel. So here we have this one is close to Derwent Color Soft Great Lavender. This one is a little bit similar to Slate Gray. I also love such shades. This one reminds me about muted turquoise, or even this one also. So they are nice. No problems at all with the colors. Another good thing is that the color of the core match almost exactly color on the pencil cover, so even those numbers would disappear with time. I know that it's a problem. Many of my Arteza from regular set, they started to lose those inscriptions made with golden letters after a couple of months of usage, and even if those numbers disappear with time, I still will be able to select which color is where, so matching is quite good, no problems at all. And they all arrived safely. Despite this flimsy box, there were no breakage, no problems at all, so they are not bad. And when I swatched them, I had feeling that they are very similar to the castle art. Of course, they are not as soft as Prismacolors, nothing comparing. Still nice, still pleasant to put on the paper, but of course not as soft and creamy. They have the same slightly waxy feeling when you apply them, even with one layer but with bigger pressure on the pencil. They feel waxy, but the same problem I have with the castle art pencils. I don't think that you will be able to apply many layers with these pencils, or will be able to blend them very smoothly with very dark colors. You will need to use something intermediary. Like, what I mean that you can't use dark indigo and light color like this one, and to blend them smoothly you will need to use some mid-tone blue if you want to do gradient, because I don't think that they will blend very well. Now, what can I say? I want to do couple of tests how they blend with white and how they blend with regular Arteza pencils, and then I will start to use them more frequently in my colorings, because it's the best way how to learn your pencils and which paper is better for them. From my first experience, I am happy that I purchased them, again because many of these colors I use them very frequently. Colors like this, all those beige, cream colors, I always use when I do wood. And I love to do wooden background, so I need a lot of such pigment to create first layer, where later I can do a wooden texture with amber or dark amber colors, and I use a lot of such colors from Prismacolors. I am always in need of such shades, so this set will be helpful, but don't think that you will be able to use it instead of Prismacolors. Instead of castle art, definitely yes. So that's only a question of price and also a question of the storage. I think that palettes also are very close, but definitely not similar to Prismacolors. I didn't expect it, but I just wanted to mention it to clear everything. Now let's try to swatch them a little bit more, try to blend them, and I think that after a couple of months where I will be using them more frequently, I will return with my more proficient experience with using them. Now I want to do a couple of small tests. When I did my swatch, I noticed that if I use relatively dark shades of these pencils, like this one or this one, when I apply them with just one layer and with light pressure, I have this slightly grainy look. So if I want to cover paper thoroughly without visible white spots, I need to apply second layer. With two layers everything works well, but color is darker. Usually in such cases I use white as a blender. That's when I press harder, coverage is good. I don't know what you can see there on the screen, but I hope that something will be visible. That's when I press harder, but when I press lighter, yeah, you can see paper and even my brush strokes, my pencil strokes. So if a white pencil will be able to help me, the set itself doesn't have white, but with Prismacolor, well, it works maybe not particularly well, but still possible. Maybe let me once more, if I do it with big pressure and then white on top of it. Not so many effect because they are waxy, so even Prismacolor doesn't work well on top of them. We have to think how to blend them properly to get this light color. I definitely need to practice how to press very lightly without burnishing paper to get a lighter shade from the same pencil. Well, not perfect, but possible to work with. Maybe let me test with another color. That's what I mean. If I want to do very light sky, I would use this pencil with very light pressure. But when I actually start to use it with very light pressure, it looks not very smooth. So we need to use blender. Or blender or some white color. Of course, light Prismacolor works without such problem. So a white on top. Here I don't see almost any effect. When I applied it with big pressure, paper is already burnished and waxy. Here you can smooth a little bit, but still not as soft and creamy as Prismacolors, obviously. Well, So I wouldn't recommend to use such colors for the skies, or on your sky you will have a visible pencil lines. Well, definitely we need practice. Here I use paper which is very close to the average paper which we have in coloring books, so I'm sure that in Creative Heaven I will have similar effect. Well, maybe they require more toothy paper. I don't know. The next thing I want to test, why I appreciate my Prismacolor pencils, it's that when I have one a very dark color, for example, I have here, I think that it's Interstrand Blue. And when I have a very light color, it's sky blue light or cloud blue, any of them. It can create beautiful highlighting effect. And with white even more. So I was curious if I can use Prismacolor first. And then to create gradient into with maybe A516, maybe it would be matching color. Let me try to find in this flimsy box. Yeah, that's it. Will it be able to work on top of Prismacolor? No effect at all. And if I press a lighter on Prisma, it covers Prismacolor, but it doesn't blend with the pigment, so you can still see the scratchy effect. They work totally different from very soft Prismas. I love to use my Prismacolors as blenders. Many of my light colors I use as a last step to smooth, to get rid of those visible pencil strokes when I wasn't very careful on the first steps. But with these light colors I don't think that it would be possible, because they are waxy, they are slightly harder comparing to Prismas. They simply behave different. They don't have this softness and creaminess. So I think that next I will try to use them together with my regular Arteza pencils, if I would be able to create nice gradients. In Arteza set we have quite a lot of bright, intense colors, so I hope that with this set it will be easier to do nice gradients from dark color via mid-tone to the light colors. So it will be my next test. I will experiment with green Arteza pencils. I have here jungle green and olive green. You can see that my Arteza, they are already lost their names and numbers, and I expect that the same thing will happen with these pencils. So I have one like a regular green, it's jungle green. And I hope that one of these pencils is 626 and 630. Well, I don't know how they blend between themselves. Maybe let's start in different order, starting from the light color and then trying to shade it. They feel very different on paper. This one is much more gliding, much more slippery on the surface, and here I feel much better sticking to the paper and coverage of the paper. It's possible to blend them, but they look not very even. You definitely have to think how to blend them without this border between light and dark color. Between themselves, they blend better. This one and this one, they can be blended. But to go to regular Arteza, not very smooth. I can see this border between colors. Well, let's test what we can do with the lighter, with more warm olive green colors. Yeah, between themselves they blend nicely. I love it. Very nice feeling. But how to blend them with darker color? Maybe I didn't select a very nice colors, very well matching. But the border between them, it's very visible because of the totally different behavior on the paper. Well, I'm slightly confused how to blend them with darker colors. By themselves they are working well, but which brand of the dark colors I can use? I hope that with their own Artezas they would blend better. Well, not very smooth, and definitely I can clearly see border between colors, and when I go with light over dark, it's not very helpful. It's gliding over the surface like paper is already burnished. A very strange impression, actually. But still similar to Castle Art pencils, nothing new. The same problem. Here I grabbed my swatch for the pastel tint pencils. I still hope that you will be able to see colors, because when you film under electric light it's very difficult to catch all those pastel colors. But believe me, they are very similar. Apart from a couple of colors like this one or this one, the rest looks exactly the same. All those shades of green, even these brighter green colors, they are the same. Two shades of this green gold, also very similar. The same gray colors. I think that this one is more unique, and maybe this slate gray. Among the salmon pinks, very similar. So you definitely don't need both sets, Arteza and Castle Art. And the difference in those two pencils also isn't very significant. You can select one set and you can be totally happy. I think that it's a question of price. Of course, this one was much cheaper comparing to Castle Art, but Castle Art has a very attractive box where I can store them. For now, I can't tell if there is a big difference in using them. From my first impression. There is no difference in how they layer and how they blend. I'm happy that I have both sets because all of those colors for me they are helpful. But if you don't own these sets, or if you consider if you need two sets, I wouldn't recommend to purchase both. One will be perfectly enough.